Okay, hello everybody. That's right, we do have a match tonight. Your eyes are not mistaken, no sir, because you know what? We're about to have the first match of Week 11. That's right, and you know what? You could even make the argument that this is the first match of Week 12 because it is kind of Monday, so hey. That's right, this is a Week 10 match that was postponed a little bit because for OCE, this is an OCE region match. Well, they don't have the Challengers Cup this weekend, so there was more wiggle room to work with, and work with we did. On the cast, I'm Palidore, being joined by PAMWOW, and ready to end the regular season a little bit later than I expected.
Yep, that's me. How's it going, everyone? PAMWOW here, and that was TechRex there until he disconnected there, so we might have a bit of an echo overtime situation now. Actually, not sure. I mean, players have been kind of reconnecting, disconnecting rapidly in the previous 5 minutes that we've seen here, so yeah, very interesting to see what will happen here regardless. I mean, the Four Horsemen and Leviathan, the history between these two teams in the recent few previous matches, I mean, the Four Horsemen able to take away that one round from Leviathan, definitely kind of setting the tone of their skill level. I mean, the Four Horsemen definitely have been doing well, but Leviathan still undefeated, and I feel like yeah, I mean, they are the only team that has managed to remain undefeated, I believe, in this season for the OCE region alone. And yeah, I feel like definitely an interesting game regardless whoever is going against Leviathan, because I believe I actually mentioned this in our previous game. Any team challenging Leviathan is definitely an interesting game because you can always find things to improve off when you're going against the top team, and I feel like that's definitely something that we might be seeing within this game. But yeah, regardless, that'll be happening soon, and the Four Horsemen and Leviathan, definitely a lot of great stuff to come our way soon.
Yeah, and the teams have been pinged to ready up as they do indeed get ready with their full roster. Waiting on one for Leviathan, it would seem. But on that note, quick shout out to the Twitch chat stopping by. See Meme Lord and Just Phantom. Got Young Meat and Draco Mako, Venom, as well as Oculus Satyr and Emerald. Thanks for joining here on, once again, our final match of the season, regular season, that is to say. You didn't expect it, but love to see it. And you know what? The thing about this match, and PAMWOW was touching on the history, well, let's talk about recent history across the regions. Young Midas. Yes, that's correct. But across the regions here, okay, we had Team Joker losing their undefeated streak, you know, in terms of teams who have been there since week 1. Team Joker lost it to Spaghetti 2 weeks ago. Okay, last day, at least we thought the last day of the season, regular season, on last Sunday on venues. It was Team Gravity. They lost their undefeated streak to Phantoms. When the Four Horsemen and Leviathan had matched up just a couple weeks back, it went to 3 rounds. There was some intrigue there for sure. The first time that Leviathan had been taken to the 3 rounds. And Leviathan now, as we do wind down this season, they are the only remaining undefeated team who's been here all season long since the first week. So, I mean, one way or the other, Pam, we're gonna get history. Either this team is the only one in the world who can say they're undefeated among the regions since week 1, or they're gonna be handed their first loss. Either way, it's something to be excited about as these teams get their little nest celebrations underway and split off now for this final match.
Yeah, and something that I've been considering as well, the Four Horsemen in that one game that they played against Leviathan, taking that 1 round away, bringing it to round 3, as you said, apparently they were actually experiencing some Oculus Quest issues, I believe, and I feel like Leviathan definitely have that, I forgot the other headset name. Well, can you help me out there, Pally, for a second? The other headset?
The other what? Sorry.
HTC, not HTC Vive. I've just had a mental blank.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have a mental blank on this round start. You made me miss my cue. What have you done?
Oh. Okay.
Quest? What? Quest? Rift? PSVR?
Rift. Okay.
Google Cardboard?
Okay, Google Cardboard, yeah. So apparently, the Four Horsemen are all playing on Google Cardboard, so that's the problem here. But maybe this might change here. I mean, Leviathan, however, they're gonna find that opening disc, gonna play immediately inside the bubble, and wow, an immediate bounce shot there off the backboard. Yeah, sorry to kind of absorb all that time in the beginning there. Just had a bit of a mental blank there, but regardless, Leviathan starting out strong.
You're a very absorbent caster. What that means, you decide, but I think it's a good thing. Leviathan, they're going to be at the Joust advantage. They need to get their offense working here now to start this one off, as Technical Rex is going to avoid that stack, passing it off quickly enough, and breaking up the stack at least for a moment. And now Glibby with the disc for Leviathan, sending it to Boo down at the trench.
Yep, and also, Young Midas sending a subscription to me with a gift. So thank you very much, Young Midas. Really appreciate it. And meanwhile, Glibby with a response of 3 points and now a 1-point lead for the Four Horsemen. And it's exactly what Palidore was talking about earlier. I feel like there's definitely a lot of potential within this game, especially for the Four Horsemen, for the horses who neigh. Glibby finding those 3 points.
Yeah, and big thank you once again, as PAMWOW said, to Young Miatus. Glad that you meet us with some good receptions here in this last game of the regular season. I'm gonna just keep emphasizing that because I'm thoroughly entertained how we have ourselves an actual Week 11/12 match here. That said, CamJamG with a disc, and he's gonna dump it off there to Glibby on the attempt, but cut off nicely with a stun. Cam coming through with it, but being on the swing through was actually stunned out, so loses the disc as the clear gets sent, and now back into the blue end.
And the regrabs are on their way here. They might find the disc first and might potentially find a shot, but right off the top of the post there, so not immediately finding that response, and the rebound going to make its way back into the hands of CamJam, and CamJam just going to send it right back through mid, but I believe Leviathan might have that under control. Actually, a bit of an awkward bounce making its way back to the Four Horsemen now, so it's going to be Glibby with some pressure on him, so he's going to let go of that disc after being stunned out there, I believe, for a few seconds, and now Cosme with the disc. Nice pass back there, and planning to take it slow as they progress their way to the Four Horsemen side.
So start off right in this first round. I mean, looking good. The first score going for the Four Horsemen. They had a chance to advance their lead with a 3 earlier on, and those misses on open goals, they're going to happen. But as we know in matches like this, where it is higher pressure, and you do want to hand this team their first loss, those ones can definitely be the ones that bite you like a Mozzie later on into the night, depending on how this goes.
Yep, and that's going to be CamJam sending it right through to the right tunnel there, and potentially setting up for a play here. I mean, the regrabs are on the way, and oh my lord, that's exactly what you wanted to see. But that's the real Zeros completely denying that shot on target, and did well to quickly get himself back into the goals there and send it right back through the midsection.
What a defensive play. I mean, we're seeing some really great moves, and the pressure immediately being shown here. Just on Leviathan to keep up. I know they have the lead. They're trying to advance it here again, but it is not easy. And look at that. It is Gish Nishku with another save this time. So double goalie work from both these players. I love what I'm seeing here. I mean, it's early, but man, if this is any indication of what to expect over the next, 6 minutes, over the next 16 minutes plus, I'm hoping for that round 3 again.
Yeah, I mean, Gish has definitely done well within this season, especially with his goaling abilities. We've seen a lot of his saves come across the board, and it's always great to see. But yeah, the 4 Horsemen just going to quickly grab that clear and potentially find another point here. I mean, they're playing outside the bubble. That's going to be Boo setting it right back up there. Bit of a awkward bounce there. Camgem struggling to grab that disc. Going to slap it in the end because he had pressure on him. Great awareness from him. And Glibby looking for that backward shot, dinging right off and slapped out there from Leviathan. But that's going to be Glibby yet again finding that rebound and looking for another shot and a pass back.
And as impressive as the defense for 4 Horsemen is right now, you got to give credit to Leviathan because they are holding strong. They still have the 1-point lead. They keep getting these recoveries. They keep getting these attempts, but shut out again. This time Gish diving on the disc. I mean, this is just move for move, these two teams, as they move in for a goal attempt as the shot now gets denied by a stun, rebounded from Real Zeros, and they're going to find that 1-point advantage now. 4 Horsemen finally able to convert that defense into offense.
I believe that the stream, the 4 Horsemen and the Leviathan, I think they need to be swapped around there for a second because the teams went on the wrong sides, and we hate it when that happens, but it happens all the time. So yeah, I don't know if that needs to be changed there for a second, but it's actually Leviathan, I believe, taking. Yeah,
I think you know what? Let me take this opportunity just to say I've not slept in a very long time. With that said,
it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
With that said, it is still a close game, and we've got 5 minutes in this first round. I mean, I think suffice to say, if nothing else, these teams are actually, or no, definitely in playoff mode, in championship mode, because I have not seen yet the stees that I'm used to. I'm seeing a lot more of these, team plays, at play, the defensive positioning and the offensive patience, and everything here is looking really calculated, and they're trying to, go according to more of a traditional game plan, I think.
Yep, I mean, as you said, both teams definitely showing a lot of great skill here in this game, and it's definitely interesting to see. And a clear coming there from 4 Horsemen, just going to be gathered up there by Gish, who has done very well to collect these discs and send it right back into the side of the 4 Horsemen. So now looking for another play here. Glibby just going to collect the disc and send it right back through the left tunnel. And with 3:58 left on the clock, still potential for both teams to make a play here, but the regrabs coming in are kind of going to deny that attempt, that goal there from the 4 Horsemen, although the regrabs were there. And now a potential clear here from Cosmo, going to get punched out there, and now potential play here for the 4 Horsemen, but the disc is going to kind of be led astray there as Glibby collects it.
This makes me very curious as well because, again, it's been a couple weeks now since I've been able to see these two teams go at it, and there is a tangible difference. I just also wonder how much, the practicing has been coming through, how much the scrimming, how frequent it is, and what those results have been like, because these are looking, admittedly, like different teams in a sense. I mean, obviously, we're seeing a lot of the familiar characteristics and the great defense being played here, but at the same time, it's I'm impressed with kind of the shift, and maybe it's just another continuation of that meta improvement we've been talking about regardless from all these teams here in the region throughout the season, as another shot attempt just goes astray.
Yeah, look, I've definitely noticed that these players have definitely been in their lobbies like every night that I've hopped on Echo. I've seen them. They're definitely putting the grind in and putting the work in as the regrabs come in, and so do 2 points from the Real Zeros.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. This was kind of discussed a little bit earlier on as well among some other casters when you're talking, and just, the hunger factor, right? When it comes to casting or playing these matches and trying to make your name known on these casts and on these streams. A lot of the newer players, if nothing else, I mean, you see some of the big growth. It's because of the fact that they are new and they are hungry. So they are kind of these sponges for learning, the game and learning VRML style here, and it's just provided some very entertaining moments. Another, wow. Just a save after save coming in now from the side of Orange.
Yeah, a lot of great shots have been on target there from the Four Horsemen. Definitely maintaining this pressure that they have as Glibby goes for another shot there. Potential pass on the stunned goalie, and Boo's got to collect it. Boo did brilliant there. He found the stun on the goalie.
Yeah.
He propelled his way to the disc and just made his way back to the goal and found that dunk. And now a 1-point lead here for Leviathan, and it's definitely has been a close first round opening here in this game. And Four Horsemen still holding on.
They are. So hold on to your horses over there in the Twitch chat, because right now it's a 1-point match. It is the first round. They got about 90 seconds left, and anything can happen. We've seen already in the Challenger Cups on Oculus venues and Twitch and YouTube and all that earlier today. We've seen multiple close games, game winners, round threes. There were some exciting highlights. I mean, what a way to end a regular season with, if not, with another one of those really close games here in this region.
And something that I can note here, for at least from the Four Horsemen, is like I'm loving how they're able to follow up with the discs, especially after they've cleared it with them those regrabs. And I feel like they definitely have improved over this season. So it's I love to see it. You love to see improvement coming from teams, especially when you've watched them throughout the entire season. And that nice steal coming there from CamJam as he sends it right back, potentially through the right tunnel, but an awkward bounce going to lead it back to Leviathan.
All right, well, there's a little bit of a taste of some of that steez. We saw some of the juking, the dancing around. They don't pay for it, fortunately for them, as they still get the disc back, but maybe not for too long, as Technical Rex, another one of the fantastic goalkeepers that we see here in OCE, with a clear now, so that's going to go deep into the other end with less than 30 seconds left, and hold on to those horses, ladies and gentlemen. It's a CamJam G inside a goal for a 1-point lead.
Can Leviathan even get back yet? They've got 15 seconds left on the clock. I mean, by the time they've gotten out these tunnels, they're going to need a seriously fast play here if they're going to be able to find a potential take back of this round. I mean, it's 6-7. They're only going to need 2 points. They'll do it. But with 5 seconds left, a long shot is all they can do here. The real Zero's passing it down to the left. Can they do it? There's 1 more second left. And they were so close. There was a potential play there, but the intercept from the Four Horsemen going to find it in the end. And Four Horsemen going to take the first round.
That they will. Okay, so the day continues on with, yet again, some more of these game winners effectively just coming down to the last minutes, last 30 seconds or so. And at the very least, for the second time this season, we've got a third round match, potentially, not a sweep, gonna happen between these two teams. So already in a place of discomfort. I mean, they've never lost a first round before, and now Leviathan, now they're on their heels. So what do you make of this, Pam?
I mean, I don't know what to make of it, except for like when the Four Horsemen previously went up against Leviathan, they were speaking about a lot of errors regarding their headsets. So I don't know. I couldn't tell at the time if that was like talking the talk and all that type of stuff, just kind of cheap shots and everything. But like, I mean, Four Horsemen taking up this first round, quite different to what we saw previously, how they kind of retaliated in the second round. They're opening up this game with that first round, the Four Horsemen here. So yeah, it's very interesting to see. And now I'm just interested in seeing how Leviathan can kind of come back from this situation. I mean, I believe what we've seen within the first round is the Four Horsemen kind of taking advantage of Leviathan, unable to find those stacks and get back to their goals in time. And Four Horsemen able to just utilize this and find these open goals. And I feel like Leviathan definitely need to take a look into that as we head into this second round.
All right, here we go. And yeah, for those at home tuning in, you're not misreading. Indeed, it was Four Horsemen. I can verify the overlays are correct this time. Winning that round, and yeah, they took it. And right now, Leviathan in a position. I mean, they need to execute, and they do. Oh, what happened there? Just the goal exposed, and real Zeros. He found the window.
I'm telling you, I don't know how I could ever be a goalie in situations like that. I mean, you have players flying all around you left and right. The amount of awareness you need to have to be able to save that disc in that situation, because you never know when that player is just going to quickly just chuck it in the goal there, and you were waiting for a play or a stun or anything coming across the board there. But regardless, a brilliant shot there from Leviathan, and opening up this second round, potentially looking to take it to round 3. But regardless, CamJam now looking for a response. He's got 3 players on him. 3 crabs coming in, a steal there coming from Cosmu. Now Cosmu sending it back.
Sorry, I just wanted to. So 2 times now. I mentioned earlier on, right? I said I wasn't seeing some of the stees from Leviathan. I mean, both these teams kind of do it sometimes, but I wasn't seeing some of the steams from these 2 teams as I was used to. And we've seen it twice now. Once it happened against Leviathan, once for Horsemen there, but where they go for the jukes and kind of the reverse Dusty's, the Ender plays. Both times it wound up in basically turnovers. So as these teams kind of fall into those, little habits a couple of times, we've not seen a payoff as of yet. And I think they want to keep up this sturdy play on the, the more meta end of things if they want to maintain their success here.
Yeah, I feel like Leviathan definitely known to make a lot of those plays that you're talking about here. Kind of definitely off meta. I feel like they've made a lot of we saw the Real Zeros. He's known for it, those ground plays, those roof plays. He's just kind of dancing around players half the time. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like until we can see. Much like in the NA region and the EU region, how you just see those pinpoint passes and those setups just making their way in. I feel like until we can see a lot more action like that, then yeah, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of plays that are similar to what we've seen in this game. I feel like it's just clear and then followed up by a regrab and then finding an open goal. I feel like that's kind of most of what we've been seeing throughout this game, at least in terms of what points have been scored. But regardless, the four horsemen grabbing this disc here in the left tunnel and sending it out, nearly actually potentially a backboard shot there, but intercepted there from Gish, and Gish sending it out. And yeah, actually on light there of Gish, definitely did well to read that disc and intercept it and send it back.
All right, breaking out now to the midline. We'll be back to Leviathan. Quick shout out to Interlock Studios. Yeah, it has been a little while. Glad to see you back. There's the spin move once and twice. Will it pay? Well, not for them. We'll go against them, and that's what I mean. You see, we're starting to see some of that, and that's 3 for 3 in terms of those moves not really working out for either side. So getting back to it if they can. Of course, I'm not complaining too much because it always makes for entertaining streams, but just in the sense that, whatever their game plan is, they do want to stick to it. And in fairness to them, both these teams were doing some pre-game dances right before we started. So it's in their blood, just to give them full credit.
Yep. And although Leviathan were able to find those immediate 3 points in this round, we're still yet to find some response here from the four horsemen, or some more points coming from Leviathan. I mean, the regrab's coming here, so they might just take those words right out from my mouth. A long shot there, but technical Rex waiting for that in the goals and finding that save and that response there. And now I feel like it's just going to be clear after clear, counterplay after counterplay as the regrabs come in, and a shot there from CamJam going to find its way in. And now a 3-3 tie in the second round. The four horsemen definitely setting up some potential to take away this game.
Yeah, just like that, 4 minutes of action back and forth, seemingly favoring Leviathan a bit. Oh, there you go. All it took was a few seconds there off a turnover, and boom, it's a tie.
Oh my lord! You talked about breaking records, breaking everything in this season. I feel like so many things have happened within this, within this region in general. I feel like Leviathan definitely are remaining undefeated, but this might change today, and I'm definitely excited to see what will come off from these next 5 minutes, and potentially the next round, depending on how well Leviathan perform here, as the Real Zeros are making a bit of a performance on the roof here with those ballerina plays that we've definitely seen quite a few times within this season. And the backboard shot nearly made its way in. That was something no one saw coming there. But regardless, finding that rebound and another backboard shot not quite making its way in, and the four horsemen kind of struggling to find this disc and clear, and Technical Rex going to grab it in the end and send it out.
Man, some of the plays being shown here, the persistence for Real Zeros getting stunned out now, but Glibby taking that disc back will be CamJam now with the recovery. Gonna be, oh, never mind, denies it, so gets a successful block on there, dishes it backwards now over to Glibby, and Glibby is going to just pick it apart and just try and maneuver through the defense before resetting to a Technical Rex.
I like these back passes that the four horsemen have been doing here, kind of utilizing every player that they have, and CamJam grabbing that disc and sending it in, and now a 2-point lead to the four horsemen. And we have definitely passed the halftime mark here in the second round, and the four horsemen, oh my lord, I think they might take away the second round.
We'll see. Still close, but definitely off of that score again. I mean, that's a good response from four horsemen to start off kind of the latter half of this round. And oh no, it's Boo. Can he get the shot? No, but I mean, you can feel that shift underway, Pam.
Yeah, definitely. That's still in that long shot. There was dead silence in the air there. Like, everyone was just had their eyes on that disc. Another 3 points would have been detrimental to Leviathan here, but regardless, the four horsemen finding that rebound. CamJam on the wall. A nice back pass there to Glibby on the roof, and back there to CamJam. A bit of a missed pass there, so it's going to find its way into the hands of Kopesh, who sends it out through the middle. And now a potential regrab play here. I mean, all players a bit of in a cluster there, but the regrabs from Leviathan going to find it first, and a three-pointer will definitely put them back in this game here. The Real Zeros finding that.
Oh boy, oh, four horsemen tasting blood in the water, but Leviathan saying, no, we're the Sharks, and they have been all season long. They've been tremendous. You know, any team, it doesn't matter what region, it doesn't matter what season. If you can put together success like that, just go undefeated for any length of time in any season. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, not only in terms of execution, you know, physically, mechanically, but mentally, emotionally, things like that. And that's always part of the play. So any team that can do that is impressive. Leviathan has been impressive. Four Horsemen, they've been impressive. And right now, they're losing the disc to Real Zeros.
Yeah, the Real Zeros. He's got 3 minutes left on the clock, so if he could dance up there for quite a long amount of time, he could definitely drain out that time. But regardless, a 1-point lead certainly isn't enough to attempt to waste time there, because the Four Horsemen certainly not letting go of any pressure that they have as the disc gets sent back there. As Technical Rex kind of ready for it, trying to grab the disc there. And yeah, I feel like it's all about trying to play around players. I feel like what you said earlier, if a team can learn to adapt to these meta strategies that we've seen across the other regions, we can definitely find a new shark in the waters, as we've seen here. But Leviathan, regardless, are definitely doing well in this. A nice pass there to the left shoulder, dinging off the top of the post there, and CamJam collecting it and sending it back out through the right the right tunnel, excuse me.
And Soggy Bunnings in the chat there, losing his mind a little bit off of what's happening. Oh, they can't make the shot. That would have been a lead right back with 2 minutes to spare in this match. So a big miss there, important one, as Leviathan takes it back. They're going to go deep into the blue zone, and it's going to be recovered by Glibby. Right down to the wire. 1-point game again, just like round one.
The chat right now is a summary of what my brain is saying right now. It's like, yes, no, yes, no, yeah. It's so back and forth within this game. Definitely, I feel like no less of what I was expecting from the Four Horsemen and Leviathan based on what we've seen in their previous matches. And Technical Rex with the disc here, looking to find a play. Nice pass there to avoid the member of Leviathan and sending it back. I believe that is Gish waiting in the goals. They're not going to quite find it as the rebound makes its way back into the hands of the Four Horsemen. Now Glibby, he's got 1 minute 30 left on the clock. They can definitely make a play if they can take their time, but the pass not going to find its way to his teammate, and Leviathan Cosmo potentially looking for a response here to kind of bury in this second round.
Yeah, you know they're going to be kicking themselves for that miscommunication if this round goes to Leviathan. Leviathan, they're holding strong to a very narrow lead, but it's a lead just the same, and that's all that matters. Right now, they are definitely in a mode where they just feel, again, all the season, the 10 weeks, or I guess 11 or 12 weeks if you consider the timing of this match. But point is, the season comes down to this, or at least it's coming down to this. You know, that impeccable record. Can they maintain it? You know, there's a lot on the line. Right now, that pass is going to be online for a one-on-one drive, and it's 8-5, Leviathan.
A 3-pointer can still do it here for the Four Horsemen. We definitely saw a close shot there coming from Leviathan in the opening round. But yeah, I mean, if the Four Horsemen can definitely get out from their tunnels fast enough, they can definitely find a play. We've seen it earlier in the season. So yeah, definitely interesting to see here if the Four Horsemen can come back within this second round. They've got 25 seconds left on the clock here. Technical Rex sending out to the left, but a bit of an awkward bounce might just seal this second round, as the Real Zeros from Bowtie sending it in. The Real Zeros claiming this second round.
All right, showing the defense, showing the offense, Real Zeros doing it all. And with that said, again, we've got a round 3 between these two teams. Awesome way to end the night in what's been a very long but rewarding one across the league.
Both teams definitely feeling a lot of pressure. I feel like that first opening statement from the Four Horsemen in the opening round, that was mind-blowing. I love the plays coming from both teams, however, across the... I mean, within the second round as well, Leviathan, I feel like they definitely they maintained that 3-point lead for so long in the first, I believe it was 4 minutes, and we didn't see any action until a response there from the Four Horsemen, or I believe it was a follow-up from Leviathan. But yeah, regardless, I feel like both teams definitely bringing their A game here, and a lot of pressure from both sides. But yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, something that I'm just noting from this game, as I've noted before, it's just, I feel like it's Leviathan, their ability to kind of utilize these regrabs and find those open goals, and the Four Horsemen definitely have done the same. They've definitely accomplished the same thing within the first round. But yeah, I feel like both teams kind of adapting to each other. I feel like that's what we've seen in this second round, kind of playing a bit more passive and playing within their goals. We saw Gish earlier finding quite a few saves there. So yeah, I mean, Leviathan definitely showing a lot of promise within this second round, and this is where it all boils down to, the third round.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that said, we're about to go to it here to address Interlock there in the chat as well. Yeah, the season officially mostly was over last Sunday. This is actually a delayed match from week 10 or 9 that was kind of rescheduled a couple times due to some issues with patches and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, today for EU and NA, there were the finals, Challengers, I should say, Challenger Cup, which is like an open qualifier. Tomorrow is the continuation of the open qualifier for both regions. That's on Oculus venues. And then next weekend, the championships for all the regions here. So it is winding it down, indeed.
Yep, and Leviathan attempting to wind down this match here as they maintain this pressure that they have here. Nice pass there up to Kopesh, who sends it back to the Real. Now the Real crossing it to the right there, and they're potentially passing it around here, and this is the plays that you love to see. I love trying to drag out as many plays as you can. CamJam trying to apply some pressure there as Cosmo finds a way past him, and the pass not going to quite make it. That could have been a potential play there, but however, a missed pass. But they still got possession here, and the Real Zero is definitely looking to feed it back into his team, and Kopesh simply placing it in the goals there, opening up this round, and the momentum certainly finding its way in the hands of Leviathan.
Yeah, of all the shots and all the fancy moves that you know these teams are capable of throwing out there, that was the most easy does it kind of one. Just got the disc, turned around, and boop, just dropped it in. Nothing too fancy, just effective, and that's important for Leviathan to get on the scoreboard first.
Yep. Placement definitely is important in this game. I feel like definitely has its fair share of effect on a game in regards to either passing or goals like we just saw earlier there. But regardless, CamJam looking for a response here. Has 3 players on him with some pressure there, but trying to go for that pass back. He was stunned out, so pass and the placement, as I said earlier, not going to quite make its way there, as Glibby, however, collects it in the end and feeds it back to Technical Rex. Now they're playing a bit safe here. They're playing around the players as we've seen earlier throughout this game, and Glibby has a one-on-one shot here, but the save coming there from Gish, who's done brilliant this game. Those saves coming across from Gish, sending it back, and the regrabs for a response here. Gish, yet again, he's all around the board, but not going to find that open goal.
Let's see on the other end. That's where just one more cross pass would have came in handy, because for Horsemen, they did a lot of great work working it up the floor here as they try for a goal, but Technical Rex will save that out. But that's, they did a great job crossing it over in the mid-court to find that bubble play. But then just one extra pass. They had a cutter. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Instead, kind of took that deep shot from about 6 meters deep or so, making it a, relatively speaking, to the skill level, an easier save for the likes of Gish. So, yeah, those little situations where you can execute phenomenal passes up and down the floor, but it's just that last one that will kind of do you in.
Yep, and Cosmo looking to put in a goal here as he sends it back there to Real Zeros, who went for a 3-pointer there, I believe, but the intercept coming there from Boo, definitely a really great play there from Boo. As he sends it down, the regrabs making their way here. CamJam with the disc, looking for a backboard shot, nearly found its way in, but it's going to bounce slightly to the right there. And now the Real Zeros with the disc, looking for a clear here through the midsection, and I feel like I'm repeating the same plays over and over again. They're just finding their way throughout the entire field. I mean, the Real Zero, Gish, kind of just making the plays. I feel like they're just finding their way to the disc and just feeding it to their team, and they're definitely doing well this game, but not taking any credit away from the Real Horsemen, as we can see Boo with the disc here, making a pass there to CamJam, and CamJam playing off Tech Rex might find a pass, a bit of a 360 juke there. Now a one-on-one situation, but Gish, he's done it again. He's found another save.
Off an anchor shot and will be taken out there. So that was a chance for a response. This is about the same time as we saw in round 2. The responses being shown by 4 Horsemen, but it's still in a position here where they're scoreless. Maybe not for too long if they can work this up the floor, but 6 minutes left and a lone 2 points standing tall for Leviathan thus far.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in the opening of the second round as well. Leviathan finding these opening points and then just maintaining this steady lead here for 4 minutes. But CamJam now looking for a response here, passing it up there to Boo. Boo not going to quite find it initially, so this will enable Cosmo to potentially find a stun there, but not going to find it in time as he sends it out, but it's going to make its way back to the hands of Leviathan as the Real Zero collects that disc and sends it back through to the midsection, and now a potential play here.
Yeah, no, just misread on the bounce, it looks like, so Kopesh will spin, but be saved upon by Technical Rex. those skills always wrecking the offenses time after time this season. As these stacks go out, but it's taken back now off of some stuns, perhaps. Kopesh and Real Zeros will get it back.
Yep, Tech Rex did well to keep his eye on the disc there and disregarded that spinning man that was holding it. And regardless, Boo trying to quickly grab that disc and slap it out, but the stun coming in there from Cosmo, going to find the disc and went for a bit of a back pass, but not going to work for him as Boo is just going to simply collect the disc and send it back. But it's almost like they're playing pass here as both teams struggling for a desperate clear here as CamJam going to find it in the end and go for a clear, bouncing off the shield. Potentially going to work for them here as Technical Rex finds the disc and passing it there to the right, and now CamJam looking to set up a potential play.
All right, less than half of this round now remaining. Third round indeed, as Galibi tries to maneuver all around 3 different defenders, not going to pave the way for a goal. It will be a turnover potentially here, being slapped, but actually taken back by Technical Rex and immediately flinging it over to Galibi, finding Technical Rex again here on the send back, and then back to the cloud it goes as the duck goes through. They have a cutter from below, just going to take it into the goal himself. It's Galibi, ties it up 2 apiece.
I'm having round 2 flashbacks here. I feel like this is exactly what we've seen, just despite a 1 point difference. I feel like it's the 4 Horsemen coming back here within the later half of the game, a 2-2 tie here in the final round. And I mean, if the plays that we're seeing here just maintain at this rate, I feel like we might even head into overtime. And I'm not talking about the overtime podcast. I'm talking about an official overtime, which we haven't seen in a bit here, as Gish sends it through the right tunnel.
Maybe even both by the end of it here. But yeah, it's right down maybe to the wire again. It's looking like, I mean, these have been very contested matches here between these teams across the weeks and trying to finish out strong. You know, either we're going to see a record fall or we're going to see a record stand. But the main thing is here, it's all coming down to this in the regular season.
Yep, and I'm just going to note that Leviathan definitely did well to stun out those regrabs going from the 4 Horsemen, because I feel like they definitely might have found a play here as Boo sends it back. And I feel like there was definitely potential for a play there, but sending it back, definitely going for the safer play as the stun goalie might make a lead there for the 4 Horsemen. CamJam.
There was a play there. There was a play there, all right. They eventually found it. I mean, yeah, the first attempt there might have been a 2-on-1 situation, but they still ended up getting it. Wasn't happy maybe with the initial angle. So just reset it, but not reset for very long because they found the points. With less than 3 minutes left, the no, yes, no's will continue in the chat, I'm sure, as we get a very intriguing finish here in OCE.
Yeah, and I feel like that's exactly what we were mentioning earlier. Just this passing, the utilizing of it, just trying to drag out as many plays as you can. And I feel like that's kind of the play that we saw here. I mean, you could have gone for that earlier play, but as you said, he kind of took that step back and found that pass, and they were able to find that 2-on-1 situation on the goal and potentially pressure there and find those 2 points. So now a 2-point lead here for the 4 Horsemen as Leviathan turn definitely looking for a response. A long shot I'm going to bounce off the shield there, and now a bit of a cluster here in the roof there for the disc, but look, the Horsemen going to find it in the end and clear it through the left section. But yeah, I feel like with 2 minutes left, Leviathan definitely going to be looking for a play.
A play might be unfolding right about now. Oh, that ding. One of those situations that may indeed come back to haunt you. As mentioned earlier, that's going to be a big recovery from Real Zero, sending that clear now. And more importantly, they've got 3 different players here on the chain, now kind of breaking apart and trying to recover that disc. So they can take the tie, they can make a lead in their favor. Let's see, Cosmo getting stunned now. Glibby and a CamJam up high. They're going to slap it out there. And now 1 minute 40 seconds left, and control is of the utmost importance for either side of the floor as this rolls dangerously close into the goal. There's a stack, just missing the disc on the first attempt, and will be slapped out of there. Oh, that was narrow. Could have been some just some buffer for them here leading into the later parts of this round.
So many close shots that we've just seen in the previous 30 seconds. Like all these dings coming out in the stacks. Everything's happening as Real Zero is looking for a potential play here, looking for a pass there to the left. He's going to find its way to Kopesh, looking for a pass to the right, and not going to potentially find a player there. And CamJam grabbing that disc and sending it through to the right. And wow, so much action with 1 minute left on the clock for 4 Horsemen. They've got a 2-point lead here and definitely looking to keep it as the Glibby comes with in with from the regrab and nearly found the play there, the rebound, nearly found another play there from Boo, but Leviathan definitely doing well to stun them out and grab that disc and potentially send it out. But CamJam, he's got it yet again, looking for another play. The four Horsemen, if they're able to maintain this pressure, they can certainly find this round and find the game. Glibby from outside the bubble didn't quite find it, and now this is Leviathan's chance, I believe.
Oh, it's their chance. 30 seconds left to make something happen. Oh, going for maybe the big time plays. Could it be on the way? No, a big denial on that stun now. Gonna be slapped out there. Will be a attempt here on the pass, but right past a pair of hands. With 15 seconds left. I mean, if they get this clear out, it could be time. The time is now. We shall see. But Nish sending it over to Cosmo. Getting right down to the wire here. They're going to have one more attempt. 5 seconds. Missing the pass. Could it be? The four Horsemen are for real in round 3.
I can't believe what I've just seen. So many close passes and so many close shots, but none of them finding their way in the end. The four Horsemen are going to take away the lead and take away the win and take away the undefeated streak from Leviathan. Can you believe it? Because I cannot.
In a sense, I can, but I can't. Based on what's happened, I mean, we saw these teams making it. Joker, Team Gravity, Leviathan. 99% of the way, and maybe 105% of the way, since we're in end of week 11 now with this match. But the point is, I mean, that was a lot of incredible work, that impeccable record, and yet here we go. It took some weeks to get this match scheduled, rescheduled, and to be basically at the midnight hour of this season as we already make our way towards the championships real soon. And look at that, 3-rounder thriller for Horsemen.
Dude, what a game. Like, honestly, that's as like close to as good as it gets. I mean, we didn't see it in overtime, but that is definitely as close to as good as it gets. The four Horsemen, I mean, just analyzing how they've performed from their previous team, Fizzy Chickens, and just across the board, they definitely have shown a lot of improvement within this season. And if this is a match, it definitely will show it. I feel like this 2-1 lead here from round wise, but yeah, I mean, even looking at the points, I mean, it's just been 1 point leads, 2 point leads. So Leviathan definitely have performed well this game. And even just taking a look at the stats here, we've got Cosmo with his 2 points, his assist. He's got those 2 steals, those 42 stuns. And yeah, we've also got Kopesh with those 4 points, those 4 assists, the 1 save, that 1 steal, and 70 stuns. We've also got the Real Zeros, who definitely played well this game. I mean, he was practically all I could talk about because I felt like he was just always on the disc this game. I mean, with those 13 points, those 2 assists, those 4 saves, and 2 steals, and 64 stuns, and Gish, who had 8 monster saves. I mean, that practically stopped a lot of the momentum that could have potentially made this game a 2-rounder for the Real Horsemen, and those 16 stuns as well.
I need to rub my eyes because I knew some of these stats are kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Wow. what an effort from several of these players on both teams. Those are some big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like 70 stuns and 64. Like, usually you have like one player that has like the most in one category. You feel like you have one player that's the brawler, like he's kind of up front there. But I feel like all players definitely pulling their weight in every category. I mean, the saves really coming from the Real Zero and Kopesh definitely supporting Leviathan there. But yeah, I mean, also in taking it back to the four Horsemen here, we've got Boo with his 2 points, his 2 saves, those 3 steals, and the 28 stuns. You got CamJam with his assist, his 4 saves, 4 steals, 43 stuns. We've got Glibby with those 5 points, 3 assists, 4 saves, 1 steal, and 35 stuns. And TechRex with his 2 assists, 5 saves, 1 steal, and 36 stuns. And yeah, as you said earlier, I mean, I'm rubbing my eyes as well looking at these stats. I mean, all players definitely pulling their weight here, and I feel like all players definitely should pat themselves on the back after this match. They've all played well, but the four Horsemen, wow, like the improvement come from that has arose from this team. I feel like you mentioned this earlier. If you're not careful about these other teams in the region, and you kind of keep paying attention to the top shark, the other fish will the other fish will smell that blood and definitely will attack. And that's what we've seen here in this game. Four Horsemen taking it from Leviathan.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, you gotta just tip your hat, pat themselves on the back, certainly for the improvement, the week to week, just the showing of that skill. And nothing else, you know, pat themselves on the back and they can slap me up the head. I'm still kind of reeling over the fact that I messed up the names early on. But the thing is, and again, I don't say this for any sympathy factor, just to you know, make the facts clear. Like, long day, okay? 2 hours of sleep last night. A lot of matches in the Challengers Cup tonight.
You know, in my books, that doesn't even...
But hold on, not a complaint. The thing is, why am I here at the tail end of a very long day of casting, and casting? Because that could have happened, and it did happen. I was dead to rights, but I saw that match, and you know, I couldn't miss it. Knowing what happened with Joker a couple weeks ago, knowing what happened with Team Gravity 1 week ago, and knowing that this was truly the final game of the regular season here in a region which has provided an immense amount of entertainment for both of us and all the viewers who tune into these matches. Again, low-key, these matches are super hyped. I think the other regions are starting to catch on now. I know it's really late for them, so it's kind of an awkward timing, but these matches, they get fun, okay? So despite all that other context, I saw this, I said, nope, I can't miss it, because there's going to be history made one way or the other. It happened.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
at the very least,
it happened.
At the very least, Pam, this suddenly, as if it weren't already, this suddenly made what happens next week even more interesting now going into those matches.
Yeah, I mean, definitely kind of a great spark here, almost like a bonfire, if you will. But regardless, yeah, I mean, in my books, Palidore, that incident at the start with this team swap, that's not on you. They simply kind of joined the opposite things on the last second. So yeah, still, you can definitely you're definitely not going insane. Don't worry about it. You don't need sleep.
I mean, they're not mutually exclusive, but in any case, I appreciate that. And yeah, I appreciate these two teams for the excellent game, and for everyone on the stream there tuning in and contributing and chatting, and whether it was in venues earlier, whether it was just here in this last 45 minutes or so. Appreciate you guys. You tuned into a good one, and again, tune into some great ones tomorrow, because we do have the continuation, the finals of the Challengers Cup for each region. EU and NA, that is, with the Challengers Cup to qualify for the 7th and 8th seeds for their region's respective finals occurring next week. So that's going to be all streamed on venues, YouTube, Facebook Live, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, definitely tune in for those, because we got some great matches today. And as we know, as we get deeper into brackets, they only get better and better and more intense with all its stakes at play. So you guys definitely do your part. You tune in, support these teams, or at the very least just be entertained by them. It's an easy thing to do these days. And yeah, I mean, it'll be same time as earlier today or yesterday, depending where you're tuning in from right now. But yeah, it will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time for the European Cups. For the pre-show, the actual stuff starts about half an hour later. That's noon Eastern and 4 UTC. Why is math so hard?
I don't know. I suffered from that as well.
And then for North America's end of things, that will be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and 10 UTC. By Season 3, I promise I'll memorize the Australia translations on that. But
yeah. Also, yeah, along like some final notes here. Just again, a thank you to the chat for stopping by, as well as Young Meet Us for that subscription. Again, I don't know if you're still there. I don't have the list up, but yeah, thank you for that subscription. Definitely helps us out here. And yeah, I mean that pretty much sums it up. I mean, what a brilliant game we've seen here, and definitely showing some potential for this upcoming tournament for the OCE region. But yeah, regardless, a lot of history being made here.
Oh yeah, and happy to do it alongside you and all of you in Twitch as well. You guys are great. Well, that said, all right, we're off, and I'm going to be very asleep very soon. Maybe not, though, because I'm all hyped after that, honestly, but we'll see. In any case, it's been fun. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to ProTube VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware, of course, for sponsoring our league and our community. And yeah, from VRML here in Season 2, Week 10, 11, 12. I've been Palidore. That's been PAMWOW. And this has been mighty fun. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other most of all. And we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yep. See you later, mates.